Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey girl, hey, my name is Larissa. So today's makeup video is going to be a spring inspired makeup tutorial with I'm gonna add like a little bonus tutorial talk through on how I revive and refresh my day 3 oily hair to kind of look like this, like it's just freshly washed. So I am also going to be including like a mini review on 2 Fenty products that just came out. This one is the Kilowatt Highlighting Duo, and this one is from her new bronzing collection. So if you want to see how I did that and how this whole tutorial came out, keep on watching. Wow, it actually kind of feels weird that I'm actually sitting here in front of you guys trying to film a video, because I know it's been so freaking long. I've just been having like, not that I have a lot going on in my life, but just with school and it being my junior year, it gets a little tense sometimes, and like I get stressed out a little bit. I actually did have my spring break like about, I would say like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, but I was actually not able to do anything. On those days that I was off from school, I was still working, so a lot didn't really change. It's not like I got a bunch of downtime to actually film for you guys. So I'm finally back. Let's not let that happen again. I promise I won't. But for foundation, I'm going to be using the Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. I've really been loving this foundation, this coverage, and this particular color. I do have some other L'Oreal foundations in my drawer, but I don't know, I've really been gravitating towards this one lately. So if you're wondering, this is in the color 485. So I'm just gonna take it on a beauty blender. I like to warm up my foundations on the back of my hand. So next up for concealer, I'm going to be using the Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This is another one by L'Oreal. It's part of the same collection, but this one is relatively new. I don't think it's been on the market for more than a month or 2. So this one, I'm using the color Biscuit. It is 370 Biscuit. So I did try this on the other day and it was a little bit gray. I don't know why. Something about the formula, I feel like it kind of turned a little gray on my skin. So I'm only going to use a little to kind of conceal, but not highlight. So it's my beauty blender. To say though, I do have to pick up another shade because the coverage on this concealer is so nice. It's heavy. Yeah, it is heavy. It kind of feels like a Shade Tape consistency, but I feel like it almost has a little bit more coverage on it. I feel like a little bit goes a long way too. So if you do decide to pick up that product, understand that just a little bit will blend out like this whole section. Okay, so next I am going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. Now this is in the color Light Sand. Please don't laugh. I actually have to stick a stick in here to get some product out because I'm almost out, but I'm too cheap to go buy another one until I have absolutely gotten my money's worth out of this tube. It's too expensive and I want my money. So, and this one, this concealer is just so good. Like, it's my favorite. I have yet to find another concealer that will completely replace this. So you see, a lot came out because there's some that's stuck here that the wand can't reach. Like this whole little end bottom has concealer. So just know that, don't go tossing it out. Chin area. I'm going to highlight the nose, so I'm just going to take the stick, look in my mirror, and bloop. So this past weekend I did pick up some new products and I can't wait to share with you guys on what my thoughts are. So this is the new, I wish it would focus, let me see. Can you see close? This is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. This is the Sun Stalker, can't even talk. Sun Stalker Instant Warmth Bronzer. So this is the color Island Things, but spelled like Tings. and I actually used this the other night, so it's not very like a first impression, but I do want to say that I do love this packaging. It's so pretty, and I like that she added the gold foil versus some of her other face products are just like the octagon but in white. So this one is more of a rose gold, and let me just wipe off my fingerprints. But this is what it looks like. It's so beautiful. It's so sleek, so sexy. Like, I just love her products. So I was excited to finally pick up a bronzer. I was very adamant about ordering this stuff online because I feel like a bronzer is it could be very truth-telling, and you just want to make sure that it is tailored to your skin complexion, to your undertones, and sometimes some bronzers can make you look dirty. So I wanted to make sure that I waited until this thing was actually out in stores so that I can go swatch, play around, and maybe get some feedback from someone that worked there, which I actually did. I ran into my wax lady, who's also a Sephora employee at Sephora. So I knew that she worked at Sephora, but I also knew that she moves around from like 4 different locations. So it was just so funny to see her there. I was just like, oh shoot, like it was amazing. I love her, she's so sweet. So yeah, I was like, hey, what do you think? Too dark, too light? And she kind of was like, yeah, like go for this one. So we decided on this one quickly. This is just such a perfect shade. It has some nice warmth to it, but it's still kind of like very yellow undertoned. It's nice enough, it's light enough for my skin complexion, but it's also dark enough. It is buildable. It is so smooth and silky, and a little goes a long way, which I love. So I'm going to be using this face product with 2 different brushes. I'm going to be using the BH Cosmetic brushes. I've really been loving this collection, and like this marble collection. It was like a pack of 9 brushes, I believe. So this one is the BH brush number 2, and it's more like a round tapered blush brush. And then this one is an angled brush, which is the BH number 1. So I love this to kind of like get in here because it gets like, it has just like the perfect angle. So I'm gonna use this mostly to sculpt, and then I'm gonna use this to kind of like buff and go around the perimeters of my face. Tap, tap, and kind of dust off. And I'm just kind of like tapping and kind of like feathering downward. This is what it's starting to look like. I'm going very light with it. I'm not trying to sculpt yet. I'm just trying to kind of like warm up my face, not with a T at the end, but I'm just gonna take this and start going around my forehead. I'm actually just gonna start warming up this area, then dragging the product down. Okay, so then I'm gonna go in with this BH brush, the number 1. Now that my face is all bronzed up, I'm just gonna push my hair to the back. And I like to take like the side of it here and then kind of just so I'm just quickly adding a little bit of powder under my eyes to start the baking process, and then I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. Just a quick nice little coffee break. I'm gonna take my Anastasia of Beverly Hills. This one is the Brow Wiz, and I use the color, I believe it's dark brown. This is the Brow Definer, I'm sorry, not the Brow Wiz. And this is in the color dark brown. I like this one because for an everyday, I can just like gently go over it, and it's covering a large area of my eyebrows. And then I just start brushing. Okay, so then back with that first concealer, the Infallible L'Oreal concealer. And just grab my handy dandy mirror. I am going to clean up the brow area, and I'm just going to be using the BH Cosmetics number 9 brush. I just lightly go under that eyebrow. Okay, so since I brought you guys closer to do my eyebrows, I'm just gonna keep you here so that you guys can see the rest of the steps, especially since I'm going to be starting to work on the eyes pretty soon. But first I want to bring some color to my face because it is spring. I love to use subtle colors. So I'm just going to be picking up one of my favorite blushes. This one is from MAC Cosmetics and it's in the color Melba. So then I go in with a extra dimension blush from MAC Cosmetics, and this one is in Telling Glow. It's like this very nice orangey, oops, it just broke the other day because I had it in my makeup bag, my school makeup bag. So it's just a very, very pretty glow. So next I'm actually going to be using the same shade Island Things from Rihanna to contour my nose. I always use the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow brushes that come in her palette. So I'm just going to dip in here, contour like I normally would. I like to connect with my eyebrow. Just push it into the very beginning of my eyebrow, and then I just follow this little natural guide right here that I have. So now moving on to my highlight, I am going to be first misting my face with the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. I love doing this at this point because right after, then I go in with my highlight and my face is nice and moist. So it makes the highlight just pop. So for highlight, another new product is the Fenty highlights that just came out. This is the Kilowatt collection. So in this one you have the Afternoon Snack and the Mo Honey. So let me see. Okay, so this one comes in like that white pearlescent packaging, the octagon, and just show you, I did use this the other night. It's so beautiful. I was obsessed. It's almost a little too dark for my complexion to be like a highlight, but it works. So this side has a little bit chunkier glitters, and this one is the Mo Honey, and then this one is the Afternoon Snack. So what I do is I just take this brush, this is the 227 brush from MAC, and I kind of just go smacked in the middle, and I'm just going to apply this right here, tapping motion. If you're my complexion or darker, or if you are my complexion and you buy this for the summertime, this is gonna be your thing. I'm just gonna do the lip area. Okay, and then with whatever's left on the brush, I'm just gonna quickly like run it through the back of my hand, and I'm going to press here. So then for the center of my nose, because that highlight is a little too dark right now, I'm not gonna go in with it. I'm gonna go in with Oh Darling, which is a gold undertone highlight from MAC Cosmetics, which is again broken, because that's just me, you know? I'm the reason I can't have nice things, because they fall. So I'm just gonna do the tip of my nose, and then all the way at the top. Yes, do you see that? Do you see that? So moving on to the eyes, the first thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be actually going back to my bronzer with this MAC 224 brush. It's a nice small tapered brush, and what I'm going to be doing is carving out my eyes. Now, using a bronzer to do this step is very nice because you kind of already have that shade on your face, so it's just gonna all look like it's blended in together and super natural. So I like to take a small brush, and I'm just gonna dip in. I actually do need this to be a little bit more pigmented, going slightly above where my eyelid and crease fold. So I think I've explained this before in my other videos, but I do this because it gives my eyes the illusion that they are a little bit bigger than what they are. And it also serves as a nice guide to know where I'm placing my eyeshadows later. Let the eye look a little bit more round by going a little higher. So it starts off low here, it's higher up here, and then we're just gonna be rounding out the eye. So with the same brush, I want to add some type of peachy color. I don't really have an exact one that I like in my palettes. I just checked. Some of them are just too orangey, some of them are too bright and pink. So I'm actually just gonna take my blush that I used, the Melba, and I'm gonna dip in with the same brush, and I'm gonna add that to my crease. I just want something that's a little bit bright and peachy without it being like too much. And then with a MAC 227 brush, is this, no, 217 brush, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be taking this, it's more like if a stiffer blending brush, tapered blending brush, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna be using the Renaissance, Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and dipping into this burnt orange color that's here. It's one of my favorite transition colors. I use it all the time. And I'm gonna be darkening up now my crease area. So I'm gonna keep this color down here at the crease, and I'm not going to go up. Just really wanted to start darkening up and adding some depth into this eye look. So I'm gonna try this color from Take Me Back to Brazil. It's kind of looking at me a little funny, like it wants me to use it, so I'm gonna give it a try. It's the second orange going up. It's super bright in here, but this palette is very like watercolor. Like it looks like everything is just washed out. I love the palette though, because it does have a lot of nice colors to play with, but they're not too bright. So I'm just gonna pop this into my crease area and just slightly blend up, just to keep that peach look going. And then once I have this in the area that I want, I'm gonna take a big brush and start blending it. So then just with a nice big fluffy brush, this one is from Sigma and it is the E40. I'm just going to go over everything and then slightly blend it. So then using my dose of colors, this is the Staycation by Desi and Katie. I'm gonna be picking up the color Churro. It's a nice rich brown that I've used quite often on my channel. And this is the Morphe M562 brush. So I'm just gonna be concentrating this color on the very most outer corner, just to kind of like give this look a little bit of some depth and start darkening it up. I love skipping eyeliner. Most times I do. So once I start dragging out this brown, it's going to kind of give my eyes that little darkness that it needs by the lash line, so that I can actually skip the eyeliner. Because I don't know, I just feel like black eyeliner on me sometimes is a little too harsh. So I love doing this. So now this color is strictly staying in the crease, and it's just giving me the illusion of bigger eyes and almost like a little smoky. So I'm thinking for the lid color, I don't know, I want like a nice light gold, so I'm thinking of just going in with this Primavera color, and then with a flat shader brush from MAC. The right here seems very spring appropriate. It has gold tint to it. I'm just hoping it's not too light and like in your face. Kind of want more like a nice little wash color, I think. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Okay. So I'm just trying to place this on the first half of my eye and not dip it into and not really get it into this region. So I'm just gonna be slightly pressing it on so that I don't get too much fallout falling under my eyes, and then blending it outward, sorry. So I'm really tempted to use this on my eyelids. I used it the other night when I went out on Saturday, I believe, and I really like how it looks. So this time, that time I actually used it dry. I didn't do anything to the brush, but this time I think I'm going to wet the brush a little bit, just to kind of keep that bronzy look going, because I don't want it to be super bright as it is right now. I don't know, kind of going back and forth. So I think I'm gonna just stick to this side right here, right where the brown and the gold is meeting. It's a little bit more bronzy. So for my under eyes, I'm gonna take the Churro color from the Joseph Colors palette, and I'm just going to be applying this to the under eye. So off camera, I went ahead and I applied some mascara, and then I applied some falsies. I used the brand Kiss. I'm going to be first going in with this one. This eyeliner by MAC. This is stripped down. And I'm just going to be lining my lips. So for my lipstick today, I'm just going to be using Unbutton. It's the liquid lip paint by Rihanna. So I'm just going to keep this in the center. I think I want to add a little bit of gloss, but just in the center. I kind of feel like leaving it matte. Nah, I'm a gloss girl, so gloss it is. I fooled myself thinking I wouldn't add this everywhere. This is day 3 hair, I believe. Day 3 or day 4. So it is a little bit oily. It's lost all of its curls. So how about I actually do that and then wrap up this video? But it's going to be super fast, so it is just so you guys could kind of see like the process of how to revamp that dirty 3-day-old hair. Alright guys, so I hope that you enjoyed that super fast mini hair tutorial on how I've revived and refreshed my hair on day 3. I'm just really trying to avoid washing my hair. That sounds super dirty, but let me explain. I wash my hair once a week. So in between that week, I am going in with some dry shampoo to kind of like just refresh the hair and revive it, and obviously like eliminate any oily odor, because I think that's disgusting. So I love that that dry shampoo has like a really nice fresh scent, and especially because washing your hair every 3 days or every 2 days is, if you have dry curly hair, is not ideal. It can be very harsh to your hair to be stripping away those natural oils. So for me, this technique kind of has been helping my hair just grow and stay a little bit more healthy. So I hope that's something that you guys find beneficial. I love you guys. I see you guys commenting, liking, subscribing. I had like 5 new subscribers this week. That's awesome. Keep it coming. I love you guys so much, and until next time, I love you. Mwah.